Should you be afraid? Yes. Will there be pain? Yes. Will there be blood? Depends on who shows up. Will you have to open yourself up and open your home up, therefore exposing yourself to potential greater harm? Yes. Now, the first thing I need you to do is calm down, look at me, and listen to me. You can do this. Yes, you. Not only can you survive, not only can you survive this, hear me, you can thrive in this. You can be the change that you want to see, and you can lay the foundation for this year and for the years to come to make sure that this is better, that it's joyous again, and that it's not something that's feared. What am I speaking of? There's cranberry sauce involved, pumpkin pie. Yep, I'm talking about Thanksgiving dinner in today's America. In today's America, where there is an amalgamation between politics and religion. Remember the old signs in the barbershops? No religion, no politics, right? Well, that's not possible anymore, so you need to throw it out the window. And since it's not possible anymore, both of them can't come into the house on Thanksgiving Day. Can't happen. Now, when I was a kid back in Texas, and I'm sure for you, from wherever you hail from, Thanksgiving Day and dinner used to be highly anticipated. It used to be something that people would look forward to, cherished memories, having a meal, seeing the generations together. For some of you, you have the blessings of having both parents, blessing all by itself, that are still living. Some of you have, wow, both sets of grandparents or a set of grandparents. Some of you have great grandparents that are still around. Let's talk about sharing a meal really quickly. Sharing a meal is one of the most intimate things that you can do with somebody or somebodies outside of an actual intimate physical relationship, if you follow my drift. Well, why do I say that? Well, think about it. Externally and internally. Externally, you are opening yourselves up again in your home. You're making yourself vulnerable. You are sharing things. With meals, somebody's always talking, and we share a lot of things, whether they be humorous. In a lot of cases, it can be serious. It can be life decisions, X, Y, and Z, and people need some chime in from their loved ones. Internally, you are ingesting something into your body, okay? And you are relying on the hands that have made this meal to a bare bones minimum care. And you hope at worst that they don't have any malice in their heart and want to get back at anybody for any reason. Families that pray together stay together. And prayers are often said over meals, even if people at the tables are like theists or Buddhists or whatever. Families are intermixed here. There are interfaith families in the whole nine. But eating together, having a meal together, is something that's been foundational to holding families together and strengthening them and maintaining that strength. So this Thanksgiving, going back to the whole idea of the amalgamation of religion and politics, is very challenging because, first of all, who's going to say the prayer over the meal? Will it be the bleeding heart, tree hugging liberal of the family? No, chas v'chalila, no, it won't be that. Will it be the conspiracy theorist extraordinaire right wingnut member of the family who can never end a prayer and someone has to interrupt them at the 15-minute point and say, amen? Or can we find middle ground with, I don't know, that nephew who is the useless civil libertarian, right? Don't freak out. I'm joking here. But for a lot of people, they view the various people who adhere to those three political stances as those things. Maybe I see some people this way or that way. Maybe you see some people this way or that way. But there is a way to have a happy medium, to meet in the middle. Just like it says in the barbershop, the old places, no religion, no politics. Both of them cannot come under the roof on Thanksgiving Day. One has to stay behind. And I'm recommending that it be the politics part. That it be the politics part. How do we get back to the point to where we can have a beloved Thanksgiving together and make brand new memories for, our posterity, and to add to that scrapbook, that legacy of love? Well, we have to leave the politics out of it. We have to unravel them just for that one day. It's coming up. It's only a few days away now. And you have to be the catalyst. You, me, have to be the catalyst for peace. Let's have prayer over a meal. Let's be thankful to the Creator for all that He's done for us and how He has us all together in the same place at the same time, under one roof and united. And let's move forward. Let's move forward. It might sound easier said than done, but it's going to depend on how badly you want this. It's going to depend on how badly you want to see this and have this. Make no mistakes. We are in a lot of trouble as a country. And to talk about getting back to something, I'm not a part of that thought process, because if we've never been fully and truly united, how can we go back to something that was never a reality? But if we're going to see the overall positive change that we want in America today and subsequently in the world, by extension rather, of the world, then it's got to start an individual at a time, a couple at a time, a family at a time, a neighborhood or community at a time, a city, a state, the country, and then the world, For those of you out there like me, no matter how you identify yourselves, who are believers in the Messiah, Jesus, also Yeshua, and believe in his teachings, remember the words in his exchange with the young law teacher. And the law teacher asks him, Rabbi, he says, what's the greatest commandment in all of the Torah? And Yeshua's answer was, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. Love him with all your heart, mind, strength, and soul and resources, and love your neighbor as yourself. That neighbor, whether that neighbor is your blood relative, your neighbor next door, your neighbor in the next county, your neighbor that's outside of Target or Walmart, asking for a couple of dollars, who's visibly hungry and tattered, your neighbor who is lost along the way, and your neighbor that has run away from home because he or she is being abused. Loving is not as difficult as people want to make it seem, but loving our fellow man is a commandment. But it's got to start at home. It's got to start at home at the dinner table as well, too. Regular, everyday dinner, but then especially the dinners where people make a trip from far away or from all over the country in order to come together. So please, 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 don't rob your family of a future of gatherings that could be, once again, joyous and that can be highly anticipated and beloved. Be the change that you want to see. Advocate for peace. Do not let this Thanksgiving be the spark that could blow the powder keg of your family to smithereens and put an end effectively to any possible scrapbooks and photo albums, beautiful scrapbooks and photo albums to come. Anyway, as always, walk after the Messiah and follow after him. Misha Shlo Ozen Yishama. He who has an ear, let him hear. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. If there's going to be a fight, let it be over the dessert.